We are joined again by Dr. Bill Angel of Ohio State University Lima campus, and we're going to talk a little politics today. Kind of a good time to dive into whether or not Joe Biden is going to possibly decide on a second term.
Oh, I think he's pretty sure he's going to run for a second term. He is the normal president. I mean, he's TV dad when you compare him to the drama going on in the other side of the other party. So, I mean, he's going to run, and he's going to run. I think he's going to run as a TV dad, the voice of responsibility and reason in a world that goes, political world that's going crazy.
Well, of course, he's 80 now, so he'll be 82 by the time he finishes this term. That makes him 86 by the time he finishes a second term. Do you think that's going to play a role with most Americans? It
will. I mean, he will be, by the time he finishes his term, he will have been the oldest president ever. And so that's something that has to give anybody pause. And of course, it also means that you got Kamala Harris as the vice president, and that's always something. I mean, she's also trying to be stable, but she's also, you know, some people aren't quite so sure about her. So, I mean, but I think the issue of age is a legitimate issue, and there's no way around it except you compare it to the opposition. You know, that's what I think that's what they're running on.
And of course, he just had a full health look over not too long ago. They say he is perfectly fine, but to those of us who watch, we're not really noticing that he is perfectly okay. At least mentally, he seems like he's in some kind of a dementia stage or something.
I wouldn't say that. I think I'd be more concerned about his physicality. I mean, he seems a little fragile when he walks, things like that. But I think in terms of his mental state, I mean, we saw him at the State of the Union address, and we saw him play the Republicans like a violin. And that's what you're going to see more of that. You're going to see more of that as he moves into the campaign. He's the voice of reason. He's TV dad. They're wacko world. It's wacko world and QAnon conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. So that's the way he's going to play the campaign.
Is anyone else from the Democratic Party going to try and throw their hat into the ring?
No, they're perfectly happy with Biden. And I think if you look at the budget he proposed, was in some ways a proposal to appeal to the constituency that's in the Democratic Party, to the left wing, the center wing, or something for everybody in that budget that I think is going to cause them to say, you know, there's something to fight for.
So I guess in the next 2 years, the one major thing that could destroy all of these plans is a major medical health scare at his age.
That would be it. That would be it.
So at that point, does Kamala Harris become the voice of reason for the Democratic Party, or now do we see someone else?
Well, then it becomes, I think, you go back into 2020, who's going to be running as a possible Biden stand-in? And that will be, there will be a number of, Adam Schiff might be one of those, running for Senate, but he might decide to shift his plans to a different venue, if that's the case. So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. That's speculation, because I think Biden's health is perfectly fine. I think his mental state is perfectly fine. And I think he's probably the perfect candidate for the Democrats right now, given what's going on in the Republican Party.
The old adage is time will tell. Yes, so I guess we will see what time has to tell us.
That's right.
All right, Dr. Bill Angel, we thank you so much for your time here today, and Medical is coming up next.